welcome back to another episode of Everyday Whiskey. I'm Dan.
And I'm Mike, and on this week we are going through a Bottled in Bond series. And we decided to actually pit up some very affordable Bottled in Bonds.
All three of which are $20 a piece.
We did not plan that either. That just kind of
worked
really out that way. But we're going to pit the $20 up against the big boy right here, as many of you probably recognize, E.H. Taylor.
And if you people know your history behind the Bottled in Bond Act, you'll know why we picked it. We'll go into that in a little bit.
Yes.
But to cut out all the jargon we usually start with, we're going to go right into Mellow Corn.
Yes. So not only is this going to be like a Bottled in Bond review, I guess you could argue this is going to be one of our like budget versus expensive reviews too.
Budget versus high end.
Yeah, kind of like indirectly.
We haven't done one of those in a while.
No, but we're kind of doing one now.
And we skipped last week. One of our best friends got married down in Delaware. We figured it was just easier just to not do an episode, so that's why we're back now.
Yes. Here's to you, Steve.
Cheers to Steve.
With the shittiest bottle on the table. Just kidding. We don't know how.
We should have waited for that.
Actually, they're all pretty fucking good, honestly.
This one's so light. I like it for 20. The whole thing. The disclaimer here is $20. $20 is $20.
Yeah. It burns like a $20 bottle.
Yeah, it's kicked hard. The cool thing about Mellow Corn though is, all right. So obviously the Evan Williams and this one are both Heaven Hill Distillery products.
Yes.
Mellow Corn is a Kentucky corn whiskey. So there are two things that need to qualify for Kentucky corn whiskey. It needs to be 80% corn, and it needs to be aged in a new bourbon cask, no new charred oak.
That's why you get a lot of that burn, because it's a fresh barrel with fresh whiskey.
And that's why you get this really light straw hay-colored bottle. You don't get like that dark hue you're going to get out of like the Evan Williams here.
Yep. Yeah, everything's fresh on this. The whiskey, the barrel, so it's not going to smooth out a lot. But with that being said,
I don't hate it. It's got awesome flavor. The flavor's great.
Thing. The flavor, if you could get past that roughness, the flavor profile is really good.
It's got that musty like barnyard note to it a little bit. It just kicks like a mule. It does, and it like as with every Bottled in Bond bottle, they're very strict on proof. It's got to be 50% alcohol, aka 100 proof. It has to be. It's government regulated to be at that point. Because of that point, back in the early 1890s, specifically 1892,
right? It's like pre-prohibition.
They established at 100 proof. That's what was considered medicinal and would kill off bad bacteria in your body. Like they were giving this shit to kids with colds to make them stop crying.
Yeah,
I think they just stopped crying because they passed out.
I'm sure some of you watching may have had your grandfather or even your parents maybe put a little on their finger, rub it on your gums when you're teething because
I can't say if mine did or did not. I feel like they probably didn't. I know my dad.
I don't think mine did, but I know that was a thing.
Yeah, my dad's dad put SoCo on his lips.
Yeah,
it was 100 proof SoCo. Because SoCo used to only brie cheese, be 100 proof.
Yeah, it's a wonder how we survived to where we are and no one got hurt. Now everything's soft.
Okay, pour too much on the first one.
You do get some of the corn, which I like on this too.
You really do get the corn note. Obviously, it's a corn whiskey, so I guess we kind of hope for that. But, all right. Next up, we'll do... You want to do that one next, or you want to do that one next?
Let's do the Old Tub next.
Yeah, this one obviously has been thoroughly enjoyed.
Yes.
So this is Jim Beam Old Tub. And,
we did do an episode on this.
Yeah, so if you can find it...
Oh, shit, I thought you
if you can find it, maybe just put the link above our heads here.
From what I remember, I haven't had it in a while, but we've had it on some of our lives here and there.
It's made an appearance on 3 or 4, right? Lives.
Shit.
Here. Science.
It's good, from what I remember, but now we're getting low in the bottle, so it can start to change. This is the point where it's going to change again.
Yeah.
We've put on an episode before. The neck pour is always different. Then you get like your main body, which has a different character, and now we're getting to that other part
where air can start really playing a factor in your
really
flavor
start
profile.
To change again.
But all right, Old Tub is like really nice because once again, it's Jim Beam is reviving an old recipe from like 1840. It's a vintage recipe. It's a Bottled in Bond once again at the $20 mark.
Very grainy.
This is perfumey. Did you smell it?
Yeah.
Perfumey.
The nose doesn't match the taste though.
That smells like a high-end bourbon. It's super perfumey.
Very grainy, very weedy, very smooth compared to the last one. And there's a
very smooth, very sweet.
Again, the flavor is just on point.
This is good flavor. It doesn't burn either, so like I love this bottle. Obviously, out of the Mike just got the Evan Williams, so like it's a fresh crack for the most part. We had like 2 glasses out of it, but this one has seen some damage. Like,
yeah, and we've said it numerous times. I mean, for $20, you're getting
so hard to beat it.
You're getting like a $40 bottle, maybe. I mean, like it's good.
All the way back though, all the way back in the palate, you get that corn note again.
Yep.
All of them, from what I've noticed, and we'll see if it comes true with the Evan Williams here.
Yeah.
All the cheaper bottle bonds, you get this distinct musty corn note at the back end of the palate.
Old Tub will always be, for some reason, it's got a place in my heart for inexpensive bottles.
Right. Next!
All right, next up.
AKA Mike's birthday.
We've got the Old Tub, or not the Old Tub, the Evan Williams, the 100 proof, bottled in bond, fairly new to market.
Another Heaven Hill product.
Yeah, another Heaven Hill.
AKA.
So yes, as you can tell, we have cracked this before. Dan got this for me on my birthday, which was last week, and I came down, we grabbed some food, came back, and just enjoyed some whiskey.
Some Evan Williams bottled in bond.
Neither of us were disappointed.
No. And a lot of your big whiskey drinkers online, like your big Instagram accounts between like Bourbon Enthusiast or Whiskey Advocate, whatever person you identify with, I guarantee they either have this bottle or they've said that this is one of their favorite everyday sippers.
Yeah, it's
a very noteworthy bottle.
Awesome. It was very good. I just wish they would switch to a cork, but obviously it's a $20 bottle. It's
And I do like because like Henry McKenna is also a Heaven Hill product, and one thing they do here, like, all of Heaven, not all, but.
The only reason I wish it was a cork is it's just natural.
They do the $100 bill thing.
Yep. Oh yeah, the label right here.
I'm not gonna drag it here. I'll bring it over.
I'll put this one over here. You'll see the little $100 bill thing, and then Henry McKenna also does the little $100 bill thing.
So there you go. There's a little consistency there.
$100 billing.
There's a little consistency in your marketing.
Yes.
And hopefully don't drop the Jack Single Barrel.
And that's like one of those things where like. That I'm like not a sucker for, but I like to see on bond. It's like an Easter egg, you know. It's like something that carries through brands. Like, I really like that they do that.
But
the nose on this is totally different than the other two.
This is very. I got a little cherry
and wood.
I got a lot of wood.
Wood.
This was like straight up corn.
And you could tell
corn and ethanol. That was more must and perfume.
This is definitely the darkest one out of all of these. All of these cheap ones.
This has got the most classic nose to it.
This is the one I like the most.
I think it's the most. It's not too sweet, which this is a little too sweet for me for an everyday sipper. Not too sweet, but it's got a good backbone to it, and it's got obviously the flavors are not going to be so stacked up like you're having a high-end bourbon. But you can pick out the nice little palate notes. Like,
this
it's not
is
bad.
a good everyday sipper. And Dan, you can attest to this, since you had one. How does it pair with a cigar?
Oh, delicious.
It does pair very
delicious
well with a cigar.
To fill you guys in on the bottle and bond act, basically, and this is going to segue into our next bottle, and hopefully we're done drinking this by the time I mention it. So,
I'll get this one.
The whole thing that started happening was back in the 1800s, a lot of bootleggers were making bourbon. Sometimes what they would do to make a bourbon a darker color to make it look like it was aged a little bit longer is they would put, once again, $100 bill, they would put either some sort of paint lacquer or food coloring that was toxic to you into the barrel to make it come out darker to make it look like it was aged longer.
Mm-hmm.
So, obviously, super illegal.
Yes.
So, Colonel Edmund Haynes Taylor Jr., a.k.a. E.H. Taylor, in 1892 partnered up with the Secretary of Treasury to establish the Bottle and Bond Act of 1892. This is the most nerdy point in this entire video. If you can get through this, just hang out.
I'll do some uppy closey while you
you do uppy closey.
Speak.
So, basically, what they decided is they wanted to stop a lot of these people from getting sick from quote-unquote medicinal bourbon/whiskey.
There's the man, the myth, the legend.
So,
and there's the $100 bill again.
The way they decided to do this was they're going to create a golden standard for bourbon to be used for medicinal purposes. It was pretty simple, honestly. It had to be made at, number one distillery. It had to be aged had to be made with crops that were harvested in one harvesting season.
Yep.
Had to be aged in one barrel for whatever amount of years you want to do it.
No age statement, which is cool.
and it had to be 100 proof.
Yes.
And also the fifth thing is that throughout the entire aging process, no matter, it's got to be 4 years. We call it Kentucky Straight Bourbon.
Mm-hmm.
It is government monitored by a government agent the entire time. And if you actually go to some distilleries in Kentucky, you'll still see the whatever agent's lockbox, and his log will be there from when he checked in to check on, make sure all the processes were being done correctly.
Yes.
So that's why we decided to do E.H. Taylor for our other single barrel, also to compare a very high-end single barrel to very low-end bottled and bonded single barrels.
Now, typically, you're going to find E.H. Taylor on your... You should find it on your shelves. MSRP is about $90, $95.
That's $90 to $100.
$90 to $100. However, as everyone knows, there's a great shortage going on in multiple industries right now.
Also, if your state does not regulate your your profit.
Yes.
Like New Jersey.
And there's a lot of people that like to upcharge, so we're just going to say it should be $90 to $100, but you're probably most likely going to be paying $200 to $300 to $400, unfortunately.
Let's just go with you paid what you paid.
Yeah, you paid what you paid.
And if you like the bourbon, shut up. Like, you paid what you paid. If you're drinking it, you're happy. You're
okay. Now, right off the bat, these two have a much more similar nose.
I thought this. I get I get perfume. I get a lot of perfume.
I don't know. I kind of
here. Let's see.
Yeah,
I get
crack that.
I just get this.
I feel like it's matching.
I don't know, dude. I get this perfumey note here that I get with this. And everyone's different.
That one's more perfumey to me than
I don't know.
either.
Yeah, I gotta smell it again because maybe you're right. Everyone's palate's different. Everyone's noses and senses are different.
I still think these two match a little bit better.
See, I get more of this deep wood note here.
This is really deep on the wood.
I get more of the perfume note in this. I feel like maybe it's a mixture of these two that we're getting.
Kind of in between.
But this is a very light nose. You get a little. I get more maybe that cherry wood sweetness too, though.
Yeah.
I love this. This is the best one that I've had all day.
Yeah.
Granted, I spent whatever I spent on this at the time. Was not $200.
So,
it was under that.
This is from the nose to the flavor profile.
So balanced. It's so balanced.
It's a perfect cross between Old Tub and EW.
Yeah, I think so too.
You know, you get a little bit more heat on this than you do on this one, but you get some of the residual sweetness from this that you do, but also the oak in it. It's like the best of all of them.
It's the best
into one,
of both.
Except for this guy.
This guy can just kind of
he's over there.
Just get off the table here for now. Hey, it's good for $20.
But you know what? Now it's Now here's the question though. You have $100.
What do you spend? Are you buying all three?
Are you gonna buy just this one bottle? Or are you gonna buy maybe this guy or one of these and something else? Like, it's really good. It's better than all of them, but is it worth the price tag?
All right. Well, if you're giving me $100 to spend on a bottle, it's probably gonna be Rebel 10-year, but that's regardless.
Because now, yes, it's better than these. However, do I think it's worth paying the extra $80?
Absolutely not.
I don't think so. I
think
this you can get away with this.
So, bang for your buck bottle on the table is the Evan Williams 100 VIB. I think it's an awesome everyday sipper. It's an awesome bourbon for somebody who's never. If someone who's never had bourbon tries that, I think that's an awesome introduction to say, like, yeah, that's what bourbon should taste like.
Definitely.
That's been government regulated.
While I think the EH is great, it's a phenomenal bottle.
It's delicious.
I can't justify spending the extra $80 because
it's
not that much of an improvement.
We're going on pure taste, no money. It's the EH Taylor every day. Like we're not complete morons.
And you know what? We kind of contradict ourselves by saying it's a blend of two $20. So you're getting the best of two. So really, it should just be like a $40.
Yeah, but either way. So, but yeah, Mike and I don't have. We're not millionaires, and we don't have a lot of money. So like, if you got a gun to my head, I'm picking the Evan Williams every day of the week.
Definitely,
it's a very easy choice.
So if you've made it this far, please like, subscribe, share, and comment on this video to help us grow and help us learn as well as
help you.
Yeah, exactly. Help us help you. That's it.
That's it.
Cheers.
And that's it.